Good afternoon, you all. This is segment 1 of the story of my life, and my name is Eugene Jepson. Have you ever seen a walking, talking statue or heard of stoneman syndrome? Well, that's the most common name for the condition that I have. This condition is progressive and it will continue to get worse the longer I live. The following is the story of my life. I have compiled a lot about the experiences and challenges I have faced along the way, and I have tried adding as many of the details as I could remember or thought would be needed to make the stories complete or to make them make sense. As I was writing one story, I might have thought of a new story or details for another story previously written, and when I went to the different page, I might have forgotten to come back to where I was. So if a story seems unfinished, it probably is. Sorry about that. As a disclaimer, these stories are true and are written to the best of my recollection and knowledge. These experiences are for my own learning and for my own good. I felt that it was important to write my own history, not only for my posterity, but for anyone else that might be interested in reading or listening about my life, and partly because my brother Joe and the previous bishop suggested it, but I also wanted to share it online. So anyhow, here it goes. Happy reading or listening. When I was born, my body pretty much looked like any other baby, and you wouldn't have ever guessed there was anything wrong with it. It took a few years, but we finally had a confirmed diagnosis when I was 3, and even then, the doctors had only given me a 13-year life expectancy. Boy, were they ever wrong, because I am currently 53, and I am still going strong. I've had many challenges along the way, but I've only made it this long because the Lord has blessed me a lot. I hope that He blesses you as much as He has blessed me. I am the 8th of 10 children born to Jared and Belva Jepson. They have been the most wonderful, loving parents and are the best parents I can ever imagine having. First of all, what could I say to suffice for all that they have done and taught me and my siblings? They both lived Christ-like lives, and they loved the Lord with all their hearts. And they showed that through their guidance and the examples that they set. They taught us so very many principles, values, and many other things that I cannot count them all. And if I tried, I'd be here typing for years. Here are just a few of my favorites. First, they taught us to love the Lord with all our heart, might, mind, and strength, and that we should trust in Him with all our heart, and that we should always have a prayer in our heart, especially if we don't feel like praying, because that is probably when we need to the most. They taught us that we should love one another and everyone else unconditionally. They taught us that treating others how you'd like to be treated is not only ethical but mandatory at all times and in all places. They taught us that it's mandatory to be honest in all that we do and say, and how we treat others is our signature and bond. They gave and taught us good work ethics, because there will be times that we would have to work really, really hard, but then there would also be times to play just as much if not more, once the work gets done. Sorry about that. I have to adjust it once in a while. My mom often told me that I was just like my dad in my work ethic. I wouldn't quit until I was finished with the job, no matter how long it took. They taught us the value of dollar. And even though we didn't have very many of those, our parents made sure that we had everything that we needed. They did so well of a job that it made me feel like I could accomplish anything I set my mind to. And this gave me the courage and confidence to face the everyday challenges that I would be faced with. They encouraged us to live life to the fullest, no matter what we were going through. And if we did so, that we could do anything we set our minds to do. They also taught me that it's always important to wear a smile no matter what you're going through, partly because it keeps people guessing what you've been up to. Lots of laughs. Sorry about that. My parents will always mean the world to me, and I'll be forever grateful for the way that they have raised us. I will always cherish them, for they were and are perfectly the parents I needed to get me to where I am today. I am the person I am today because of them. And this is where I'll end segment one. Thank you for listening, reading, or watching. I hope you enjoyed my story so far. Have a wonderful day. Keep smiling, and God bless.